Oh no, Alex was doing so well before the KO. He was beating Izzy up, and Izzy was just so lucky to score a 1, 2, 3 punch combo that put Pereira on the mat. Bro, face the reality, okay? Now, I know you must have heard other channels probably go into the details and the technicals of fighting, telling you where and when the fight was lost or won. But I'll stick to the mental side.
Just before the fight, I'm looking at him. I said, sucker, you are in trouble tonight.
And I'm sure you must have also seen the similarities people have drawn between the fights between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman and Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Right. So, therefore, let's get into the mental side of things.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times. You heard I was the greatest. Like you just said, you heard this, now you see it.
Fighting, as we all know, begins here, not here. Okay? Alex Pereira, for all we know, has beaten Israel Adesanya 3 times. 3 good consecutive times. But the interesting fact you might want to know is that you barely find 3 or 4 rounds you can give to Alex Pereira out of all their fights, apart from the rounds in which he knocked Israel out. For all we know, in the first fight, which was a kickboxing match, Alex Pereira was lucky to get a standing 8 count from the referee. In the second fight, he knocked Izzy out cold, brutal, brilliant finish, no excuses. Okay? But then remember, like I said, you are going to struggle to find 3 or more rounds to give Alex Pereira outside the rounds where he knocked Israel Adesanya out of all their 3 fights. In the last fight before this one, that is the first MMA fight in the UFC that they had, Alex, of course, beat Israel Adesanya again by way of a TKO. The ref had to stop the fight. Brutal leg kicks he delivered, the left hook, the famous left hook that has knocked out almost every opponent he has ever faced, almost, not all, made him tired and wobbly and eventually helped Alex to get the much needed TKO in the last fight. But if you watch closely, in the first round of that particular fight, Izzy almost knocked him out again. The same way, same motion. In fact, is almost as if is a copy and paste of the first round in the first fight, pasted in the second round of the second fight. Almost the same sequence, almost the same kind of punches, the same angles, the same stance. Everything is almost in sync. The only difference is Izzy started the sequence earlier than he did in the first fight in the first round. When you hear the similarities being drawn between the Ali versus Foreman fight and the Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira fight, it's not that far-fetched. The difference is, while Muhammad Ali made George Foreman aware that he was in the ring with God and nothing he was doing was going to work.
Round 7, and you're tired. You have 8 more rounds to go.
Izzy blew Alex's esteem, into a very large balloon and made him think, oh, it's going to be business as usual. And Alex, being him and knowing he has knocked this guy out before twice, so I mean, let's go for it the third time.
He's just throwing him. He's breathing. That's all. You finished, boy. You are in trouble.
He let his guard down, thinking he had Izzy. Like everybody already knows, but it is not quite that simple, okay? Izzy won the first round unanimously. I think from every source I've seen, including my own eyes, Izzy won the first round unanimously. Okay? The second round,
I said, you don't have but 2 chances, slim and none.
he allowed Alex to think, okay, now you've recovered and you can do whatever it is you want with me. Okay? He allowed Alex to do that. He gave Alex that feeling of invincibility, like, this guy can't hurt me, but I can hurt this guy. So Alex marched forward thinking, okay, business as usual, let's go for it. All right. But in contrast with what many people are saying, Alex did not underestimate Izzy. I just want that to be clear and crystal. Alex did not underestimate Izzy. What Alex did was overestimate himself.
I said, you said I was the greatest, but you're going to see.
Okay, he knew that Izzy was equally as dangerous as him, but the difference is he felt that overwhelming Izzy was going to eventually crack the pipe, like they say, pressure breaks pipes, okay? So that was why he rushed into the sequence, not knowing that it was a big, big trap. Kudos to Izzy for being patient, because that's another thing. Under pressure, especially with the way Alex attacked his rib cage, and a flying knee that barely scraped by without really hitting Izzy on the chin. And of course, the very vicious left hook that Alex was about to deliver. Izzy was able to remain calm under those circumstances and pick his moment to shine. And that is the making of a very, very elite fighter or a very elite striker. Now, the conversation before this was, hey, every time Izzy has faced somebody that is as rangy as him or as tall as him, he has always lost. He lost to Blachowicz when he tried to go up a division. He lost to Alex 3 times. So he was like, he only beats up the smaller guys. But we just found out
I'm fast, sucker.
that this is the reason why most of Izzy's opponents are scared to come very close.
I'm gonna burn you up. You're fighting your idol.
That is why those leg kicks, people say, oh, he just jabs and runs or leg kicks and runs. His opponents fight scared because he has very good takedown defense. And of course, he's one of the best, if not the best strikers in the division and maybe the entire UFC. So Alex thinking, have beaten this guy, 3 times, like I must be his kryptonite. That is what led to Alex Pereira's downfall. Now, this does not mean, oh, Pereira is a brush over opponent or he was a fluke or he's a one-trick pony. Far from that. Remember, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has this devastating straight right. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that right hand touches you, you're dead asleep. Okay? Tyson Fury was able to go through that many times and eventually come out on top. But unlike Deontay Wilder, Alex Pereira is not a one-trick pony. His combination of brutal leg kicks, kicks to the rib cage, kicks to the chin, left hook, right hook, straight right, everything he throws is powerful. Okay? The difference is Pereira has much more vicious power than Izzy. But then it doesn't take that much of a big punch to knock a person out if you strike it precisely and perfectly, especially when they are not looking or when they are already on their way down. It's the punches you don't see that take you out. It's not the ones you see. Do you think Alex Pereira is capable of beating every other contender in the division and eventually securing the much needed and much awaited trilogy with ISREAL Adesanya? And the second question is, if they should fight a third time in MMA, who do you think will come out on top given what you've seen so far? Drop your comments in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
I said, come on, sucker. I said, show me something. They told me you could hit hard. You're just a sissy. Come on, sucker. Show me something.